Hello ladies and gentlemen, Bark here and welcome back to another video. Today, let me turn that down just a little bit. Today we are going to be looking at infection-free zone. Infection-free zone is essentially the zombie, not really a zombie apocalypse. If you've seen that movie I Am Legend, it is a lot like this. This game is a lot like this in terms of these crazy uh, infectious guys. It's essentially like I Am Legend. It kind of takes place in a similar setting. The don't really know how this thing started. It just spread across the globe, and you are in charge of this group of survivors who are immune, who hunkered down in some random location, and it is your job to build a settlement and withstand attacks of these guys, including humans, scavengers, raiders, infected wildlife. Last time I played, there was a couple of bears. There's wolves and dogs, and then there's also bulls, and hogs, like boars and stuff. But anyways, what's cool about this game is that you can choose. You can go to new game. You can choose anywhere on the planet. You can choose wherever you feel like. You can try your hometown. You can try a popular place like San Francisco, Washington, D.C., Poland, Hampton, Houston, Orlando, Florida, Salt Lake City, Seattle, Rio de Janeiro, Paris, London, any place you can think of. As long as there's buildings there, you can play on it. So, today I think we're gonna try one of these recommended ones, like Atlanta or Washington D.C., maybe San Fran. Let's go ahead and try San Francisco. Yeah, maybe. So you can go anywhere you feel like. And with the most recent updates, you can now have mountains as terrain features. I think they're. I don't know if it was confirmed completed, if it's in beta or whatever, but multi-story buildings you can also occupy and have different levels for like cookhouses and barracks and whatnot. Let's go with Atlanta. Yeah, that's a good spot right there, maybe. Um, what I like to do is find a bunch of bridges Like this area, for instance. There's not a lot of trees though. But you see there's only 2 ways into this building, or this island. Unfortunately, you do have to deal with frozen water when it becomes wintertime, and the lakes will, like, any water will freeze over, and you're at risk of invasion from the water. We could try a mountainous one. Let's see here. Try Denver. There's not a lot of buildings in these ones. There's a lot of buildings. You could also try New York. I don't know. Let me find a good spot that's either mountainous or has a very good river system, and we'll go from there. Alright, I've decided somewhere in New York. Last time I went, we stayed over here in this area. Not too far away from the UN building, which is like right around here. No, sorry, the UN building's like right there. Right there. We stayed. There's Broadway. We stayed like right around here-ish. Yeah. I think somewhere around there. Near Madison Square Garden. Anyways, so I kind of wanted to try a place where there's a lot of trees. So we could try over here by Central Park. Or we can try out here to like West New York, Union City, Cliffside Park, Gutenberg. Here's the airport. There's the Statue of Liberty, Governor's Island. Yeah, let's try like right here. Or maybe here. Yeah, we'll try like right here. Cliffside Park or Gutenberg, let's see. 1,000. Yeah, we'll go here. Actually, I want it just a little bit more difficult. So we will try Cliffside Park. And then here you can name your zone whatever you feel like. It could be. It can be whatever you feel like. You can also design your own flag, kind of like in Manor Lords or Foundation or anything like that. I kind of like. I kind of like. Oh, where was it? That one. I get a little bit of red. Whoops, nope. Yeah, that works. Ah, that's good. Okay. And we'll just leave it as infection-free zone of Cliffside Park. So you can either click the tutorial. The game will run events that will teach you the basics. If you are familiar with the game, you can disable it. And then there's the story events, illness, terrain, elevation, may cause undesirable behaviors or crashes. It's experimental. Things such as hills, valleys, riverbanks will be visible and will provide extra range and defenses. Bridges and viaduct 3D models will be generated. As the map data is incomplete for various regions, many structures might not be displayed correctly. And then here you can change the number of hordes, the amount of resources, and the amount of people. So we're just going to leave it there. Okay. And sadly, it would be kind of cool to see if like a first-person view. But I do know that that's quite impossible. You'd have to render all the buildings and all the trees and all the enemies and whatever. It would be nice to look at it, but I do get that it would take a tremendous amount of energy and data to do that. So the base of the story is nutrition is pre-apocalyptic canned food. However, over time, the requirements your citizens will grow and they'll have to grow fresh food. And so once this is loaded, it'll do like a little background story of what's going on, what happened, and then we can get right into it. And you can click. Oh.
The world as we know it is gone. What we called the mad virus appeared out of nowhere. It made people turn extremely violent, aggressive, and unrestrainable. Soon later, the infected became bloodthirsty, more like vampires than human. There was chaos, panic, and war for survival. Desperate people were just as dangerous as the virus itself. Even our loved ones could become a threat. The infection spread quickly throughout the entire globe. Every region, every country, every city. Drastic measures were taken to get rid of the infected, but they all failed. The last chance for those who seemed immune was to hide in underground shelters. Ones that we improvised in garages and basements, loaded with food, water, and air filtration systems. These were the places where we survived, sealed from the outside. For so long, we waited for any signal, any info that a cure had been found, or the situation stabilized. Instead, we listened as the world grew quiet. Our resources were becoming depleted. Life support systems were failing. And just as we were losing all hope, we received a distant call.
To all survivors, the infection is in decline. Seek others and rebuild.
This was the impulse we needed. There were others out there. We could come back to the surface. No more hiding. From the ruins of the old world, we will build our new home.
All right. Here we are. We are near Yeah. Madison Avenue, 5th Avenue. There's Central Park down here. And then there's the river over here. And we can choose any building within this radius as our HQ. So I'm thinking somewhere in here. Yeah, right there. Do that as our headquarters. And then you can click once you get the little incoming transmissions from whatever. You can also click on it if you want to skip through it. Alright, so it wants us to go to a local library or a university and find. It's
Hostiles inbound.
simple.
Roger. Reporting. We're on the move. Ready for action. Roger. No more to find.
Alright, let's go clear them out so we don't have any enemies nearby. So we are completely low on everything.
Building clear.
So what I'm gonna do is tell them to gather a bunch of wood here.
Roger.
And we're also gonna need to build a... Oh, here we go.
Danger close.
Good. I'm gonna tell our guys to go do that. You can also tell your groups to scavenge an area with this button. Excuse me, this button here, so we can just go through there. Don't mind that scratching noise in the background. That is my dog, who has the cone of shame on him, being all very scratchy and loud. So we're gonna need a field. So click and hold to rotate. And also click and drag to make multiples.
Search done.
So we can just do 2 for now.
Receiving.
So our guys have protectors here.
Reporting.
Not all of them have the protectors. So you guys go ahead and look through there.
Roger. Receiving. On my way.
Come back to base. Other buttons here, you got your mood, your objectives, your research, weather forecast, which you need a weather center for, the date, time of day, along with the weather, looking at time.
We need a workspace where we can experiment and re-engineer all the pre-pandemic technology. We could store all the books there too. Let's build a research center and assign the most technical minds there.
Okay, let's do this.
Alright, so it wants us to co-op a building for our research center. I'm going to turn this into our warehouse, turn this into our research center, and turn that into our cookhouse.
Clear.
Alright. Alright, so there's no other buildings in this little... Oh. Yeah, never mind, it's
Reporting.
too small of a one to look through. Okay, so here's your speed management. You got pause, regular, normal, speed, times 2, times 3 or 4, and then your resources. You got your food, ammo, weapons, from pistols, snipers to shotguns and assault rifles and pole arms. Then you've got your fuel, so if you find a vehicle, which there are several around, I'm sure you saw on the previous page where you selected in the map, it had the stuff on the right hand side stating that there's this percentage of water, percentage of forest, number of buildings, and near the bottom it would say number of vehicles, like 9 to 10, 1 to 5, something like that. So all we have to do is explore this area, and we'd be able to find a vehicle. So you got your weapons, fuel, construction, you got your wood, raw materials like bricks and basic tools, and then materials for like fertilizer, medicines, gear, riot gear, plate armor, stuff like that. What else? There's your squads. This one's also pretty handy. You can go here and label your street names and building names. You can also click this building and see what you can go through, or what buildings have what. So, like the CVS pharmacy here has meds. The abandoned parking West 125th Street has fuel. Or the Fellowship of Learning School has scientific materials. There's also like police stations you can go through. We're on the move. Military bases in some locations that will have weapons that you can grab. It looks like this area is rich in meds, so that's gonna be actually pretty good for us.
Building clear.
You've also got your food, Popeyes, Two Bros Pizza. Where are we? Infected hordes. So, let's go ahead and speed up time.
Hostiles inbound.
There's hostiles in the park. So what I'm thinking,
The door won't hold much longer. Our building's under attack.
Return to base, please.
Let's do it. Receiving.
Guy's a little bit wounded.
Receiving.
We had our first encounter with the enemy.
Ready for action.
Go ahead and
Operator. On my way. Vehicle spotted.
balance. Okay. Vehicle spotted. Aha! First vehicle.
Building clear.
Nice.
Let's
We
do
got
it.
food and tools. Let's go ahead and grab that
On my
vehicle.
way.
That'll help us immensely
On my way.
in traversing this huge area.
On my way.
Alright,
There are some infected
so
around here.
your workers will only work from 6
Another one
to
incoming.
depending on the depending on the time of year, your workers will only work from 6 to about
Building complete.
6 to 6, unless it's in the winter, then it's like 6 to 4. So, except we got some infected in the hospital. We'll probably clear them out and
Operator, this is big. In one of the houses, we killed 2 extremely fierce infected. Once they were down, we noticed that there was a child in there. A living infected infected child. Must have been no older than 3. It ran on all 4s like an animal and jumped into the sewers before we could get it. For the love of God, if they can multiply... I don't even want to think what's gonna happen.
So we can tell them to go try and find it, or just let it go. I'm gonna tell them to go find it.
Try to find that kid. Keep it alive.
Alright, our farms are up and running. Ooh. Got some ammo and a pistol. Or a weapon.
Let's do it.
Our research center is almost run. Cookhouse is up.
Going there. There's no sign of the child, Chief. We tried following it underground, but we couldn't get through. The hole it jumped into was too narrow for us. Jeez, maybe it wasn't a kid, but an animal.
Keep your eyes open. This thing might be important.
There's nothing left.
Alright, so we need to co-opt this building for warehouse. Probably. And then we can probably co-opt this building for shelter. Later on down the line, once you get into your research, do basic antenna. Over in construction, after you've made tool factory, you can go into the advanced masonry. It'll unlock the possibility to construct new buildings for adaptation. So you can actually build houses and buildings without trying to co-opt a building.
Operator.
Alright, let's tell these guys to scavenge
We're on the move.
here.
On my way. Receiving. Search
Keep
done.
you there. Guys, once it becomes 6 o'clock, return to base and guard. We should probably build like a wooden tower.
Building clear.
Let's build it like right there. And
Search done.
right there.
Roger. There's
Okay.
nothing left. Another one incoming.
Come back, come back, come back, come back.
The infected are
HQ's under attack.
On my way.
Thank you.
Reporting. Going there.
Okay. So down here, you got your buildings. You're construct a new building, design and construct a new building from the ground up. We saw that one, gather area, and then your citizens. And it tells you the statistics of your citizens. You got total number of citizens, children, homeless, ill,
Search done.
also unemployed, squad members, what these guys are in, like builder, scavenger, farming, factory worker, yada yada yada. You will find more survivors
Clear.
the more you explore your area. Actually, we can tell these guys to go ahead and
Clear.
stop. Oh, stop.
We're on the move.
What'd you give the guys?
Spotted. Sir, we've spotted some people. They're probably armed. They could have seen us too, but I can't tell if they're friendly. What should we do?
Approach them friendly, please.
Approach them friendly.
Operator, let's do it.
9 times out of 10, the first group that you meet will always be hostile. so watch out.
Ready for action.
Let's go ahead. Do a little bit of exploration. Hey, that's another vehicle. It is a compact car. So we can use that as a scout.
On my way. Some people are wandering around.
Like I said, first group is usually hostile.
Operator, roger. For the zone! On my way. We're on the move. Let's do
Let's
it.
get their ammo and guns and put it in storage.
Going there.
Alright, how many people do we have? Just one? 10. I'm gonna take 3 of you guys off of here and put 2 here and 1 here. Alright. Squad in the car.
Operator.
Squad 3. Okay, there's nothing up here.
We're on the move.
Let's go ahead and
Going there.
come down to McDonald's.
We're on the move. Boss, this derailed train, it's full of dead people in awful positions. There must have been an outbreak during the evacuation while the train was still moving. We can dismantle it for parts and look for anything of use, but honestly, I prefer to leave this place.
Leave it as it is for now.
backup! They're coming!
Okay, that did not go as well as I hoped. My guys are pretty badly wounded. Let's go check out the park.
Let's do it.
This park out really
This vehicle looks useful.
fast. Oh, there's not a vehicle. Ah, it's another combi. Huh.
Waiting orders.
Come back to base. We need you repaired. And healed up. You can also. Sweet.
Now we're ready to build an antenna. Once it's operational, we'll be ready to receive distant transmissions again and broadcast some invitations ourselves. Stop working.
Okay, let's do this.
Alright, you can also exchange stuff in here, in your warehouse with the squad, so they can take food to a trader, they can take on new weapons and new ammo. We did not get any health, so I'm going to take you.
Receiving.
Actually, no.
Ready for action. Going there. On my way.
Alright, they will scavenge this hospital. Morale is low because citizens don't have own shelter. Right. So once our warehouse is built, we can direct more people to construct the shelter. And then once we get like a basic defensive position around, you know, put a tower on the hill here and here and make some walls, box ourselves into this area, we can have defensive positions. We can also get gates and whatnot. Okay.
Horde,
Oh
spotted!
crap.
Waiting orders. On my way.
The infected are pillaging a building.
Good. Alright. Alright. There's just small size. Okay. Where was that vehicle? Somewhere up here. So you guys get to go on a little walk.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Reporting.
Construction complete.
Alright, guard tower number 1 is up.
Adaptation complete.
Warehouse is up.
Going there.
Second guard tower coming up.
We're on the move. We're on the move. Reporting. Roger. Going there.
Alright, bring
Ready
those
for
meds
action.
back,
Let's do it.
please. And here we can heal our own people. So you
Reporting.
guys will also level up.
Reporting.
Get not really a level up, like get like certain attributes.
Construction ready.
Where's that car? There it is.
We're on the move.
Your squad mates
Ready for
or
action.
members will
Ready for
get
action.
certain traits for how many buildings they scavenge.
Building repurposed.
Oh, good. For how many infected they kill. So on and so forth.
We need more resources.
I'm gonna have to tell these guys to demolish this building.
Today's toil is over. Get some rest.
Boss, we've met some survivors. They look famished.
Ask them to join
Sure.
us.
Oh yeah, they might be here. Okay. So these guys, 4 of them, will
Waiting orders.
eventually make their way down to our.
On my way.
Why are you guys parking over there? Yeah.
Infected incoming.
Oh shit, there was infected in the building.
We're under attack.
There it is. So survivors that you encounter in the world. Some of them are hostile, some of them are friendly. The ones that are friendly will ask to join your colony, your camp. So you can tell them to make their way down to your headquarters, or you can tell them that we're not accepting any more applications at this time and let them be on their own.
Going there.
Crap.
Inside. They're breaking into our building.
That tower is not long for this world.
We're under attack.
And you can run them over.
Take him down. Requesting
It
support.
will damage your vehicle. Just so you know. Alright, these guys finish up what they're doing over here. Yes. And
Waiting orders.
got some decent food.
Let's do
Alright,
it.
it's 1:30. Probably scavenge while we wait.
Building clear. On my way.
We're running out of stock.
Yes, I know we're out of metal. That's why I've instructed a group to go ahead and demolish a building.
On my way.
You can demolish any building that you desire in the area. Alright, we need to repair
There's
that.
nothing left.
Wipe that sleep off your face and get to work.
and dangerous.
I saw no one. Alright. They're finally making their way down.
Reporting. On my way.
Alright. Bring what you got home.
We're on the move.
Construction ready.
Alright, our 4 guys here will go into your worker storage, your worker count. You can tell them to go ahead and go to other places. Alright, now that we got this going, I am thinking yeah, tool factory.
Reporting.
Alright, you guys are healed up.
Waiting orders.
You guys are healed up.
Ready for
you guys
action.
healed up. I did see. Let's go to the museum. They've
Going
got
there.
plate armor, maybe some scientific materials. Bunch of good stuff here. National Jazz Museum. Why would there be any weapons in the Jazz Museum?
There's nothing left.
So we got 2 scientific materials and a
On my way.
pole arm. Weird. But okay. There's tools there. I did see. Aha! There we go. I think that's a police station.
We're on the move.
I don't know.
Work's done. Head back to your shelter.
Go ahead and tell them to get going.
Hostiles inbound. We've spotted some people. Boss, we've met some survivors. They've got some guns on them. What's more, they seem to be strong and hard-working.
Sure.
Ask them to join us.
We could use all the strong people we can.
Infected incoming.
I don't think I've ever made it this far up in real life. Farthest I got was here. Maybe up here a little bit. At least on this island, anyways. Never got to Central Park. Unfortunately. Just ran out of time. Ooh, shotgun.
Reporting. There's nothing left.
Shotgun and some ammo
Let's
and
do it.
some food.
Ready for action. Roger.
Alright. Head back
Let's do it.
home.
Another one incoming.
Ooh, it's a horde.
They're breaking into our building.
Sweet.
Operator. Receiving. Operator.
Alright. So why don't you
Going there.
switch off with these guys?
Going there. Ready for action. Operator.
And tomorrow, or in the morning, you guys can head up and grab your own vehicle. You can be our scouts, I guess. Alright, we'll set off at 05. And you guys should get there probably about noon.
Let's do it.
Head out. Good luck.
Everybody get ready.
We're out of metal again, so what I'm gonna do is gather some metal. Yeah. That was weird. Then we're gonna need an antenna.
We're
Put
missing
it on
resources.
top of the hill here. Best coverage. How far does squad get?
Sir, the people have reported hearing a lot of noises coming from underground. They're afraid that it could be infected moving through the sewers and tunnels. We need to bolster our defenses and be ready to attack from within, too.
We'll be ready.
Going there. Let's do it. Let's do it. Roger. We're on the move.
No?
We're on the move.
I guess they don't want to join. Okay.
Let's do it.
Ah, some wild pigs.
Search done.
Get
Roger.
some food.
Search done.
Alright, let's head back. You guys are my scouts now.
Wrap it up, folks. Time to call it a day.
Right. We are going to need more places to live.
We are out of resources.
Yeah, I know. Oh! What are these guys?
Our
Wolves?
building is under attack.
Dogs. Infected dogs. What are the worst ones? Are bears. Bears are the worst. Because they're so freaking strong. Okay.
Waiting orders.
You guys
We're
get
on the
the
move.
food that was
Roger.
left behind there, please.
Hostiles inbound.
Alright, O2. 4 shotguns, 4 pistols, and a pole arm. And 19 ammo. 1.5 fuel. So what I'm gonna do
Receive
is tell you guys to go for fuel.
We're missing resources.
We desperately need some fuel. There we go. Go there. Another museum. Studio Museum of
Work
Harlem.
ain't gonna wait for us. Let's get to it.
Repair that.
Construction complete.
Oh, good. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna send my
Ready for action.
scouts, which are you guys. Squad 1. You are gonna head down here to Central Park.
Let's do it.
See what we got down here to look at.
We found a new car.
Oh, it's a van. Nice.
Operator going there. We've spotted some people. People is approaching. Let's do it. Infected incoming.
Okay. Maybe I can tell these guys to join up with me. Yeah.
They have some useful skills for squads. They seem...
Yeah, sure.
Ask them to join us.
ready for action.
See about you guys too.
Going there. Sir, we bumped into a wandering group. They've got some wounds from the infected.
Ask them to join us.
Alright. Squad 1,
Ready for action. On my
turn
way.
to base. For now. Where's my other squad?
Waiting orders.
You guys aren't done yet? Been scavenging this building all day. You guys still aren't done?
Ready for action.
Anyone under?
No
Okay.
more to find.
Day's toil is over.
Going there.
Alright,
On my way.
turn to base.
We're on the move.
Alright, we are entering our full week of survival, and so I think that'll be a good area to leave off on. Let's go ahead and get to morning, get to the next day.
Horde spotted.
Ooh.
The infected are pillaging a building.
There are some infected around here.
Oh, that tower's not going to survive. Let's get you repaired. 2 here.
We're running out of resources.
Here. Okay, that should give us enough. Alright, November.
Morning, everybody. Time to earn your living.
Okay, I was a little bit wrong in what I considered them to be waking up and going to work. It's whenever the sun rises, so over here, sunrise 06:51, sunset is in the end. So they go from sun up to sundown. And that is where I leave you for now. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly am enjoying this game. You can go wherever you feel like. Your hometown, famous places. See if you can survive in the most brutal of areas, small towns, big towns, metropolis, stuff like that. It is a good game, and there's a bit of a story to it, and we'll probably get into the story a little bit more next time. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Infection Free Zone. You can get it out on Steam. It is early access. There will be a couple of updates here and there. They aren't regular on their updates. It is sporadic, I've seen. But recently they have had a bunch more updates this year than a couple of months prior to the first of the year. So if you want to get it, it is on Steam. And if you guys want to see more of this, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. Tell me in the comments what I'm doing wrong, or down in the comments of what I could be, what your favorite places to survive are, or your favorite methods of play. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Later.